Hello everyone, welcome to Twisted Serenity with Mimi. Thanks for clicking on my channel. So today I'm participating in a challenge where we take some YouTube creators' DIYs and we dupe them and make them into our own. So I will be showing you what I made and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So now sit back and relax or craft with me. Let's get started. Okay, so for the first ones, I'm duping One Way Designs 238. Made a planter box using wood planks. So I start off with 4 wood planks and I'm just going to use some wood glue and some hot glue. And I'm going to start assembling them until it forms the shape of a box. Okay, you guys, when you guys are assembling these, make sure they are lined up. Because I did have to pull one apart and then put it together because it was a little crooked. And if it's not lined up the right way, your box is going to be like a little wobbly and lopsided. Okay, so now we need a bottom for our little planter. So I have a piece of foam board from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut it down. At first I kind of measured it. You guys already know, if you guys watch my channel, I'm horrible at measuring. But I cut it down to make it fit inside so we could slide it right inside the box. And then I started cutting too much so it was too small. So I just flipped the box upside down and I just used some hot glue to cover up like all the gaps from the foam board. Now I want to basically reinforce this, so I take some tumbling tower blocks and I glue a tumbling tower block in the inside of each corner of our little wood planter. Okay, I have these mini craft sticks that I picked up at Walmart. If you guys can't find these, you guys could use like the mini craft sticks from Dollar Tree. Now I'm gonna just measure them to fit. First I'm measuring down to fit one on each side, and then I'm gonna measure one for the top and one for the bottom. So basically I'm forming a square over each side of our planter. Wow, I'm having difficult even explaining this. I'm giving it a border, a frame on each side. So on all 4 sides of our box, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to measure them down, our craft sticks, and then I'm going to cut them down, and then I'm going to glue them to all 4 sides of our planter. Okay, you guys, so now that we did that to all sides, I'm grabbing 2 more of our craft sticks and I'm going to form like the X, you know, like the Farmhouse barn door X on each side on each side of the planter inside of the frames. So when I'm laying one down, I can lay one down exactly, and I didn't want to overlap the other craft stick, so I am going to measure that and cut them down to form our X. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just watch what I'm saying. I've just been so crazy with so much things going on. You guys, I apologize. I have my toddler next to me trying to get him down for a nap. It's been a lot. I say it, life of a single mama, but I'm doing it. And I just love creating projects and sharing them with you guys. So I do appreciate every single one of you. And I thank you guys so, so much. Okay, you guys. So I just wanted to I took some, what's the word I'm looking for? Some spackle. And I'm just filling up all the little gaps. And then when it's dried, I sand it down. Now I grab some Waverly wax and I'm going to stain our entire box. Now, some people are probably looking at me like, oh, like that's so much, antique wax. I love when the antique wax looks darker, so I do go a little bit heavier. So I do put it on and then I grab a baby wipe and I do wipe it off. But sometimes I do it twice so it could give me like that darker stain look. Now I paint the inside of our planter and, well, I should say stain. And once we do that, I have all these boxwood picks, and don't mind it because some of them I think some of them do have like a little glitter to it, and I just fill up our little planter and look at how beautiful. And thanks to One Way Designs 238 for this inspiration, and now I have this beautiful planter to go in my home. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, for the next one, I am duping Kiki DIYs, and she made a utensil kitchen farmhouse decor. So I have this wood tag, and this is from Dollar Tree, of course, and I'm going to use the back side of it, and I'm not going to use the black chalk side of it, and I'm just going to remove that sticker, and then I'm going to give it 2 coats of apple barrel white paint. And I just want to take a second to say I am participating in the Creatorsdupe collaboration today with our host, DIY with Audia, One Way Designs 238, and co-host Blossom Your Creativity. Make sure you guys check out the playlist that will be in the description box. Okay, so now that our wood tag is dried, I have these utensils. These are wood utensils, and these come out in, I believe, like the summertime in the shore living section. And they have these like shimmer pineapples, but if you take a sander, these are so easy and they come right off. So I sand all 3 of those pineapples off of our wood utensils. Now I grab my Waverly wax again, and I am going to stain all 3 of my utensils, and I do give it 2 coats to give it that darker stain that I just love. So everything's nice and dry, so I'm going to lay out all 3 of my utensils and position them in the order that I want them. And then I'm going to just take some hot glue. If you want to use wood glue, you can use wood glue for this. I just did my hot glue, and I glue all my 3 utensils down. Now this is a hanger, so I have these wood beads. So I'm going to take 3 of them, and I'm going to stain them in our antique wax. And then I take 3 of the same size beads, and I paint them with some white paint. Now I have a smaller bead that I also painted white. So I grab a piece of twine, and I fold it in 2, and then I I wrap some tape, painter's tape, around the 2 ends of it. So basically I'm taping the 2 ends together. Now I'm going to put that small bead up first, and then I'm going to make a knot at the bottom, not the loop part, underneath the bead. Once that I tie that knot, then I start stringing on my bigger beads, and I just alternate between the antique wax and the white. Then I take our bead strand, and I put it right through our little tag, and I double knot that. I do take a little bit of hot glue just to secure it in place. And that is it for this one, you guys. Okay, for our third one, I am duping DIY with Audi. I made these beautiful spring birdhouses. So I'm going to grab this first birdhouse, and this is from Walmart. And it was $1 and some change. It was probably just a couple cents more than Dollar Tree. And it's quite bigger than the ones Dollar Tree has, because I'm going to use one from Dollar Tree, and you're going to see it as well. So I take this one and I'm going to paint the middle part of our birdhouse with some, I believe it's apple barrel white paint, and I give it 2 coats. And then I'm going to paint our roof. So our roof, I had made this one prior to our second one, so you're going to see I had mixed some like brown paint and some black paint together. It was like a little bit dark. So I do go over it afterwards with some burnt umber paint you're going to see to match our other birdhouses. But I am going to give the roof, I want the roof to have that brown color. Now I wanted to decorate our birdhouse once it was nice and dried. So I have those rub-on transfers, that's what they're called, and I just cut out a bunch of different types of florals that rub-on transfer had, and I just put them all around our birdhouse. Now I did want a little bit of a pop of color, so this little bird cutout, like little wood cutout, these are from Dollar Tree, and I painted it using our Moss by Waverly wax. And once it was dried, I glued it right onto our little birdhouse. And as of right now, the first little birdhouse is done. Okay, so onto our second birdhouse. This one's also from Walmart. It was the same price, and it's just shaped a little bit different from the first one. So for this one, I am going to take our Moss by Waverly wax paint, and I'm going to paint the middle of our birdhouse, and then the roof of our birdhouse. I am going to take our burnt umber by Apple Barrel and paint the roof of our birdhouse. Now I'm going to take one of the florals from these cutouts that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it with some yellow paint from Apple Barrel. I believe it's called Sunny Day, and I just mixed it with a little bit of white just so it wouldn't be so bright. I glue it right to the middle of our birdhouse. Now I'm taking these little bird stickers, and these have some glitter on the wing, and I really don't like that glitter, so I'm just taking my nail filer sander thing, and I'm going to just sand some of that glitter off because I'm going to paint over the birds using my plaster paint by Waverly Chalk Paint. Now I wanted to give the bird the little eye that it had, so I just took some paint with my little tool thing from Dollar Tree, and I just dabbed on the black paint to where the eye form is at on our little bird. Now I wanted to leave him with the plaster white, but I wanted the wings to be different colors, so I painted one bird wing with the color celery, and then the other one with burnt umber by Apple Barrel. Now these have like a little adhesive pop sticker in the back. I left it on so the bird wouldn't be so flat on the birdhouse, but I did hot glue the birds once onto each of their little, I forgot what the little stick of the birdhouse is popping out, but I glued one bird onto each of them. And then I just took some of my plaster paint and I distressed all around the roof and at the bottom of our birdhouse as well. And as of right now, our second birdhouse is done. Okay, so on to our third birdhouse, and this is our smallest one, and this one is from Dollar Tree. Now I am going to take it, and in the middle of it, I'm going to take my Apple Barrel burnt umber, and I'm going to paint the middle of the birdhouse. Now, at first, I did paint the roof with the plaster, but I do go over the roof, and I do change the color to Moss by Waverly Chalk Paint. Now I did want to distress it, so on the burnt umber color, everything that was painted with the middle of the birdhouse, not everything that was painted, I did distress it with our plaster by Waverly Chalk Paint. Okay, you guys, so I found the cutest rub-on transfers from Dollar Tree, these little bird ones, and I was so sad because I could only find one pack, but I grabbed it. You already know, I grabbed that so quick. So I cut out a couple of the transfers and I transfer them on to the middle of our little birdhouse. And they also had like little florals and butterflies on the. These are so stinking cute. I just love the way that these came out. Now I'm going to grab all three of our birdhouses, and I'm going to take some Spanish moss that I grabbed from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to stick some moss in each of our little hole. And I know that has a word and I cannot think of the word right now, and I'm sorry, you guys, but I do stick some Spanish moss in each of the openings. And since the biggest one has two openings, I do put moss in each one. Now when that's done, I grab some tumbling tower blocks, and for each birdhouse you're going to need 6 tumbling tower blocks. I am going to take 3 and I'm going to glue them side by side, and then 3 I'm going to take them the long way and glue them onto each other, as you can see what I'm doing right there. So I'm going to do a set for each birdhouse. I do paint them to match the base and the roof of each one of our birdhouses, and then I take the long side ones and I glue them on to the base. And now we had made a stand for each of our birdhouses. Now, once all of our little stands are completed, we are going to take our birdhouses and we are going to glue them onto our little stands. And that is it for these ones. I love the way the birdhouses came out. I love the way every project came out, but the birdhouses are just so cute and it's so springy. Let me know what you guys think. I want to thank the host of this collaboration today. I had so much fun creating these projects. Thanks so much for the inspiration. Make sure you guys check the description box, and I guarantee you guys will get some inspiration. Check out these awesome creators. Now, let's take a look. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that bell notification to be notified when I post my next video. The playlist for this collaboration will be in my description box. Make sure you guys check it out to get some inspiration from amazing creators. Now, always, always, always remember, this world could throw you twists and turns, but always make good choices. To the next one, you guys.